In this video, we are going to see if given a value, how to remove all the instances of that value in a given array. Hello, I am Jagan from growwithdata. I am posting this video to share my knowledge in Python language with you. If this assists you in your interview preparation anyways, I will be happy. Let's see the sample data and then we can talk about the question in detail. We are given a list and a value like nums and val. So the given array is 3, 2, 2, 3 and the value is 3. So what we have to do is we have to remove all the 3's from this list and we have to find the remaining elements of the list and return the length of that array or the list, right? So after removing both the 3's, the list is supposed to be like 2 comma 2, right? So the length is going to be 2. So the return value is 2. So that is what expected. So this is a very simple question, right? So if that is so easy to address this question, right? So we can say if grow with data, we have the nums and we have the val. So what we do, we just assign a variable, list variable this, and we just say for I in nums, if not I equal to val. If it's not matching, we can just say result dot append append I, you just say return result, right? So we just go through the list and we see if that list matches the value. If it's not matching, then you append to the result and we can get that 2 and 2. So you want the length, we just say length of the result. So it's 2. It's so simple, right? So why are we discussing it here? So there is a catch here. The question is having some added conditions. So what are those conditions? So first we saw given array, remove all the instances of that value in place and return the new length. That's what we did here. There are additional 2 conditions. Do not allocate extra space for another array. That means we should not have a variable like this and work around with it. So that is not allowed. The only option given is you must modify the input array in place with 0 of 1 extra memory, right? So what we can do is we can just say I equal to 0, or we can say length equal to length of nums, right? Length equal to length of nums. So we can do this kind of 0 of 1 extra memory, okay? This is allowed, but we can't do something like an array and we can append that to an array. Given that scenario, how will we do it, right? So this is not going to be a straightforward question. We have to tweak a little bit. So whenever I get these kind of problems, I remember initial days of learning programming. I think my instructor name is Faisal or something. So he taught me C programming. So the programming condition is given a value, I can just do this way. It's a C programming, so I forgot the syntax, but given A equal to 10, B equal to 20. So we have to print the output which shows the value of A equal to 20 like this. Value of A equal to 20 and B equal to 10. We have to swap the value. So this is what the exercise he gave me. So what I did is simply I said, like in C it's print F, I think, but yeah, we are not talking about the syntax here. I said value of A equal to, I think you can just percentage yes something, and then and B equal to percentage yes, and then we just do B comma A. So what I did is I just put a print statement and then I pass the variable. Instead of A equal to, I put B, and B equal to, I put the value of A. So we got the expected result, right? So there is no issue here. But what is expected is we just have to have a temp variable c equal to, you just swap the value c equal to a equal to b, and b equal to a, so b equal to c, and then you have to just write printf the value of a equal to a and b equal to b. So this is what is expected, but as a programmer that level, I simply replace the value of a with b and b with a. So the expected result is the same, right? But there is a procedure to do it, the right way of doing it. So whenever I see this kind of questions, I just remember that. Okay, so now let's go into the question here. So we talked about the for loop in most of our exercise. We haven't tried much of the while loops, right? So this exercise we are going to try a while loop. Okay, let's see how we can address this question. So let's have the input values nums and val. Okay, let's start with our function grow with data. We have our nums, our val. So we just have an index position which is start with 0, and we say while the index is less than the length of the list. Okay, if that list index is equal to val, right? If the element we are looking for is matching with that value we are referring to, then we simply say pop that value, right? Else we just move the index to the next position. Okay, the indentation problem, and then you return length, we can just return the index, so it tracks the position, right? And we call the function here grow with data, so it brings you the position. So people who haven't seen my previous videos, I just want to show what the pop will do. Okay, so let's first explain what the pop will do, and then we can come back to this code. So if this is a given list a, b, c, d and e, so if you say nums dot pop, what will do is the normal pop will delete the last element from the list. So if you print nums, if you see a, b, c, d, the e will be popped out. Okay, so if I want to remove a particular value here, so if I want to remove c, so I can just pass c. Oh, sorry, you can say remove c, right? So that will remove a particular value. So if I want to do with pop, I can say 0, 1, 2, right? So if I say 2, it will remove the position index to 0, 1, 2. It removes c here, right? If I want to track which value is popped, if I want to store that deleted value, then I will say a equal to the pop nums and a. If you do this, the a will be assigned with the pop value, the c value. Okay, if you don't have anything here, simply say pop, it will take the last element and pop. Okay, this is the basic function of a pop. Now we come back to this code. So what we are doing is we start with 0, okay, and then we are going with every element here. So initially when you say the index, it's going to be 0, right? So 0 is less than length of nums is now 4. Let's have a space here, and we can have our nums is 3, 2, 2, 3. Okay, so the length of nums is 4. 0 less than 4, yes. It comes here and it checks if nums of index, this nums of 0 equal to what, 3. Is 3 equal to the value 3? Yes. Then, oh, not the dollar one. What it will do? It will just pop the index, the 0 position. So, it will pop this. So, the list becomes 2 to 3. So, the next loop where the list is 2 to 3, the index is again going to be 0 and the length is going to be 3. 0 is less than 3? Yes. And it comes here. So, nums of 0 is 2, which is not equal to the value 3. So, it comes to the else condition. So, the else condition, it will increment index equal to 1 now, 0 plus 1, 1. So, the input nums list is 2 to 3 again, but the index is 1. So, we say 1 is less than 3, yes, it is. So, it will check nums of 1 which is equal to 2 not equal to 3. So, it goes to the else condition and say index equal to 2. So, we have the same nums now 2 to 3, but the index is 2. 2 less than 3, yes, and it checks nums of 2 which is 3 equal to the value 3. So, what will do? It will pop the index 2. So, the list becomes 2 comma 2 and then it goes to the next position with 2 comma 2. The length is 2. Is 2 less than 2? No. So, it will break the while loop. It comes here and the index is going to be 2, right. So, the 2 is the index value, it returns that value. So, here we are not doing any list variable, we just have only one index which is satisfies that 0 of 1 extra memory and there is no array declared to us, right. So, it is a simple approach, but only thing is you have to know when to use while and how to use while and what functions we can use to clean up the unwanted values. So, here we use the pop function, right. Okay. Let us see another approach with the same pop function, but we are going to do another approach with the same while loop. Okay. So, let us have our variable nums and val and declare the function here, and then we just get length equal to length of nums and then we have the index as 0. Okay. So, we are starting the while loop while the index is less than length check. So, previously we just pop the particular index position, right. So, here we are going to do another approach. If the nums of index equal to the given value, what we are doing is we are replacing that element, that index position, with the last element of that array. Okay. And then we simply use nums dot pop, which will pop the last element, and then we just recheck or reassign the length check equal to the length of nums. Now, the number is going to be -1 because whatever the number -1, because you pop the list, right. If not, if the element is not equal to the value, then we just move the index to the next position and we are going to return the length of nums. So, this is almost same to the previous one, Only thing is, instead of doing the pop of particular index, we are popping the last element. Before that, we take that last element and assign to the current position. So what will this -1 do? If you are new to Python, I can just explain in a short note. We say nums equal to a, b and c. When I say nums of -1, it will get the last element. Okay, so 1 will be 0. It starts with 0, right? 0 index, 0 and 1. But when you come from the reverse from right to left, -1 will take the last element. So there is no -0. Okay, just to make sure. So because when you from left to right, you start with 0. So why not -0? So there is no -0. So it's only -1. Okay, so that's what we are assigning here. So how this works? So we just start with our code 3 2 2 3, right? So this is what the not 23, 2 and 3. So index is 0 and the length is 4 initially, right? So it will check 0 is less than 4. Yes. So what is nums of 0? Equal to 3, and this is equal to the value. Yes, it is. So what it does is, it will just take the last element from this list and replace the current one, which is nums of 0. So this 3 is the last one, and then the other 2s, and the last and 3. Can you say we are not popping it 3, and this pop what will do? It will remove the last element 3, 2 and 2. The last 3 will be gone. So this 3 is assigned here. The next step we pop this, so it becomes 3 2 2, and we are reassigning the length of the array or the list as 3. Now our list is going to be 3 2 2, and our index is going to be same 0 less than 3. Yes, and we are going to check nums of 0, it's 3, is going to be same as variable, right? If the variable, then what we do? We just assign the last element. We take the last element and replace with the 0 1. So it becomes 2 2 and 2, and then we are going to pop. So the pop will remove the last 2, so it becomes 2 and 2, and then we check the length of check equal to 2 now. Okay, so now our list is going to be only 2 and 2, right? And it checks the index. The index is still 0. So 0 is less than 2. Yes, and it checks nums of 0 equal to 2, which is not equal to 3, right? Then goes to the else statement. So else statement, it will increment the index by 1. So index equal to 1 now, and our list is again going to be 2, and then our index is 1. So 1 is less than 2. Yes, but here nums of 1 is 2, which is not equal to 3. So it comes to the else statement, and it will say index equal to 2, and it comes here, checks is the index less than 2, is 2 less than 2? No, it's not. 2 is equal to 2. So the while loop breaks, and the nums is going to be 2 comma 2, which is the length is equal to 2, right? So this is how we get the while loop. So both are almost the same. Only thing is, previously we pop the particular index and move on. Here we assign the last element into the current one and we pop the last element, right. So these two things are using the pop. So if you want to have additional test cases, then I can use few more test cases, right. I can just run this. So for this, if we remove 3, it becomes 2 and 2. In this, if we remove 5, sorry, if I remove 2, so 0, 1, 3, 0, 4, 2. So the length is going to be 5. Okay. So the two examples, we are using while and then we are using pop. So is there a way we can use this without the pop condition? We can use the sliding window option, which we tried in a couple of videos before. Let's see how to do that. So same, we can start with our input variable nums and val, and then here we are going to use the left and right index positions, left as 0, right as the length of nums. Okay. Let's start with the while loop. While the left is less than right. Okay. So we are starting with the left side and we are starting with the right side. So if left is less than right, we continue the loop. Now we check the same way. If nums of left equal to val, then we just say nums of left equal to nums of right minus 1. So what we did before, right? We swap the last element into the current element. So instead of pop, what we are going to do is we are going to move the right position from the length to the next, move towards the left. So how to do it? We just say right minus equal to 1. We just subtract the value of right to minus 1. If not, if the value is not happening, then we just increment the left. So instead of looking into this position, we go to the one more towards the right. So left will be increment by 1 if the value is not, the element is not matching the value. So instead of pop, we just slide the window. We just squeeze from the left to right or right to left. We just squeezing the window and we are coming towards the middle. Okay. So once this is done, we just return the right position, which is going to be the right length of it. So if you call this, it's going to give you the length here. Okay. If you want to check the additional condition, we can create few more test cases and you can just write it. So it works. So here it's same like the previous one, only thing is instead of pop, what we did, we are moving the right towards the left. Before that, we assign the value to the left. So only the pop, nums.pop is changed to right moves towards the left. If it's right, if it's same, then same how we did here. The index is moved towards the left to right. That's what we are doing here. So only thing is we are not using the pop function. If the interviewer say don't use the pop function, then you can simply use the Windows option. Hope you like this video and thanks for watching.